Thank you, Ceann Comhairle, and I know that Minister Harris has gone out there, but I just want to thank him for visiting Carlow. When I invited him, he said he would come down, and in fairness to him, within about 6 weeks, he was down to visit the two excellent third-level colleges that we have in Carlow. So I just want to thank him for all his work that he has done for us, for Carlow. Minister, higher and further education has been greatly affected by the COVID-19 crisis. It is so important that we support the sector through these challenges to ensure that the educational opportunities remain and are made more accessible to everyone, particularly the most vulnerable in our society. We see now more than ever the importance of supporting our research community to tackle the social and scientific problems posed by COVID-19 now and into the future. Minister, I have been working closely with you, which is Minister Harris, on the Technological University for the South East and the integration of Carlow College. But just the two questions, Minister Collins, I would ask you. Will all the students who are currently attending Carlow IT be receiving a Technological University accreditation? And are we still on track for the 1st of May for the South East to become a technological university? And maybe you might come back to me on them. I believe in inclusive education. I also believe we must do all we can to ensure people feel safe at work and when studying. It's vital that we develop an action plan for access, participation, but especially for those economically or socially disadvantaged or who have a disability or are from sections of society that are underrepresented in the student body in higher education. There is also here an opportunity for Ireland to take a leading role in ending sexual violence and harassment in higher learning. I welcome the commitment to foster a culture in higher education where it is clear that unwanted and unacceptable behaviours are not acceptable. I'm aware that considerable supports have been allocated to a number of initiatives in this area. The 2019 Framework for Consent in Higher Education Institutions, safe, respectful, supportive and positive ending sexual violence and harassment in the Irish higher education institutions is a welcome part of this, and it is important that the institutions embed the framework in their policies and procedures and that the progress is adequately monitored. It is most welcome to see this legislation include specific provisions in relation to the establishment of a shared national apprenticeship office by SOLAS and the HEA to deliver a unified apprenticeship system. I actually have raised this issue on apprenticeships and inadequate places with the Minister before, and again I spoke to the Minister when he was visiting Carlow about Carlow and Kilkenny becoming the apprenticeship for the South East, that we have two excellent colleges there and we should lead in the apprenticeship role, so I would ask that Carlow and Kilkenny be considered for that. As we know, everyone learns in different ways. The plan to provide a roadmap to a single apprenticeship system and new supports for both employers and apprentices is great, but right now we are in a serious place in apprenticeships because of the pandemic. I have been contacted by several constituents in Carlow highlighting the delays apprentices are facing now. Basically, what should have been a 4-year apprenticeship is now between a 6 and a 7-year, and that is really concerning for me. This age group have suffered so much already, and many of them have worked right the way through in essential services. Apprenticeship courses did not have the same remote learning as many other students had. There needs to be extra college places for the apprentices made available to filter them through the system quicker, and it is vital, Minister, that we do this. At a time of great economic uncertainty, when so many people fear for their future employment, we must ensure that the higher education plays a vital role in our recovery. And again, I can only emphasise, there's such excitement, I know, for the South East, but particularly for Carlow, Kilkenny, that we are going to be a technological university, and with that will bring so much. I think it will bring so much to Carlow and Kilkenny, and I think the advantage is great. And I know previous speakers spoke about student accommodation, and that is so important. And I do know that that has been addressed, and I know with Carlow County Council and people that have approached me that they are going to look at what way we can make sure that we have proper student accommodation for the students, because it is so important that, that we are prepared and we are ready. And that's why I would ask that, that before it. Now, my understanding is it is definitely going to be Technological University on the 1st of May, but I would ask that we have maybe more information and communication from the department so that we are ready, and we're all delighted with this, but I just think information and communication is the key here, Minister. So I would ask that your department would come back to us on what is happening, and again, I want to welcome this, and I think it is great for the South East that we have this. Thank you.
Thank you.